The first time they laughed at her, it was over something small and cruel, the way such things always begin. A quiet new nurse stood frozen in the harsh white light of the emergency ward, her hands steady but her eyes lowered, while a senior doctor shook his head and smirked as if she were an inconvenience rather than a human being. No one noticed how straight her posture was, how controlled her breathing remained, or how her gaze, though downcast, missed nothing at all. What no one in that hospital imagined was that before the end of that very day, a Navy helicopter would thunder down onto the hospital grounds, shaking the windows and the egos of everyone inside, demanding that the quiet new nurse hand herself over immediately because she was not just a nurse. She was their SEAL combat pro. Before we go any further, if you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in stories that remind us never to judge a book by its cover, please take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel Bright Hearts. Your support helps stories like this reach more people who need them. Her name on the badge said Elena Brooks, printed in small, unassuming letters, clipped neatly to her pale blue scrubs. She had arrived 2 weeks earlier, transferring from another state, no dramatic backstory offered, no loud introduction made. She worked her shifts, volunteered for the less desirable tasks, and spoke only when necessary. In a place where confidence often arrived in the form of raised voices and sharp elbows, her calm silence made her an easy target. The nurses' station buzzed with whispered jokes about how she looked too soft for trauma care, how she flinched at raised voices, how she probably wouldn't last a month. The doctors, overworked and arrogant, barely learned her name. To them, she was invisible, and invisibility can be its own kind of wound. What none of them saw was the war she carried inside her. Elena had chosen silence not because she was weak, but because she was tired. Tired of noise, of chaos, of the constant need to prove herself in worlds that valued volume over substance. Years earlier, she had stood on the deck of a naval ship under a burning sun, salt stinging her skin, her body pushed beyond limits most people never even approach. She had been forged in cold water, darkness, and fear, trained to run toward danger when every instinct screamed to run away. But after everything she had seen, after everything she had lost, she had chosen healing over harm. Nursing was not a step down for her. It was a step toward peace. Still, peace was not something the hospital offered easily. The emergency room was a relentless beast, and Elena absorbed its blows quietly. When a patient coded, she moved with precision, her hands sure, her mind focused. When a child cried in fear, she was the one who knelt, steady and calm, offering reassurance without empty promises. Yet credit flowed around her, never to her. When mistakes happened, even ones not her own, the blame found her quickly, because she did not fight back loudly enough to deflect it. One night, everything tightened. A multi-vehicle accident flooded the ER with wounded bodies and frantic energy. Alarms screamed, gurneys collided, and tempers flared. In the chaos, a senior resident snapped at Elena for not moving fast enough, his voice sharp and public. Laughter rippled from somewhere behind him, the cruel kind born of stress and superiority. Elena felt it then, the familiar pressure in her chest, the echo of old memories she worked so hard to keep buried. She swallowed it down and kept working, because patience mattered more than pride. But the universe has a way of balancing things, sometimes violently, sometimes with awe. As dawn crept closer, a call came through that didn't follow the usual channels.